For 22 years, folks in Pike County have been coming together to look back on the history of the Shelby Railroad. Old pictures, train parts, and newspaper articles were all on display today as former rail workers spoke about the times they used to have while working on the railroad. WYMT's Alex Casper-Peak has the story.
Back when coal was booming, many in the Shelbyana community were employed by the railroad company.
We had about 5 or 6 coal loading facilities inside the city limits of Pikeville, and we run crews down there to pick up loaded coal cars and bring them back to the Shelby yard for the final destination.
Fewer and fewer trains pass through town these days.
In 8 hours, we would probably handle maybe 20 trains in and out on just one 8-hour shift. And now it's the way coal business is right now. It's nowhere. I mean, it's just real slim.
For 22 years now, people here have hosted the Shelby Homecoming Railroad Reunion, which includes scholarships to kids of railroad workers.
Well, the reason we have the reunion is to keep our railroad heritage alive in eastern Kentucky, and the Big Sandy especially, where the CNO, CSX, and to give children an opportunity and a hand up as they start to college.
Keeping that whistle a sound of hope for the community as times change what used to be the Shelby Railroad.
They definitely do not do things like we used to do when we was working back in the 50s and 60s and 70s and 80s.
And while many of the railroad jobs are gone, the history in these rails roll on. In Pike County, Alex Casper-Peak, WYMT Mountain News.
And 4 students from across the Big Sandy region received a Joyce Charles Clark Memorial Scholarship at this year's reunion.